You're in the wild, minding your business. Lo and behold, you come across a bear. But unlike you, it isn't minding its business. In fact, you realize without one fiber of a doubt that it is ready to involve you in an unsolicited relationship. Would it be possible to use survival tactics to salvage yourself out of this situation? Well, it depends on what type of bear you're facing, and we'll cover the most unapologetically homicidal ones, ranked in an order of how dangerous they are. Let's dive in. The panda bear. The panda bear is a 250 pounds bamboo-eating carnivore. Luckily for you, it doesn't seem to realize that its own body is far better equipped for meat consumption than plants. It will shove an enormous amount of bamboo in its body on a daily basis, but that will provide so little energy that it will consume 40 pounds of it every single day. That being said, it would be a mistake of dangerous proportion to assume that their meat-free diet and unadulterated cuteness means they can't sign you up for permanent summer camp in heaven. It's not particularly aggressive, but if it feels threatened, its outrageously sharp teeth and claws may give you an answer to your most profound existential questions. When you get attacked by a panda, don't run. You cannot run your way out of this unless you're Usain Bolt on a good day. You also want to avoid eye contact because it would be seen as a challenge, and once the challenge is accepted, your life is forfeited, I'm afraid. Try and make yourself as big as possible by raising your hands to make you look more dangerous. As the very last resort, climb a tree if you can. Not because they cannot follow you up there, because trust me they can, they are horrifyingly good at climbing. But because if you're lucky enough, they may consider it as a waste of time and energy since they don't see you as food in the first place. The sloth bear. Right there, you're a bit more in a conundrum. Good news is that the sloth bear's nutrition is mostly made up of plants and insects. It isn't much of a meat enthusiast. Bad news is, it isn't entirely and systematically close to that idea. They may take a glance at you and think, oh, why not? They have powerful limbs and claws designed to dig holes in solid grounds to find termites. And they happen to roll hands with tigers, so manhandling a human wouldn't be much of an issue, is it? So if a sun bear is curious to know what you taste like, the very last thing you want to do is to turn your back. That's the equivalent of waving a glowing flashing signpost on your top head declaring to all sun bears in the land that you're food. No, instead you have to utilize every single persuasive techniques in the book to convince it that you're way more dangerous than you are. Puff off your chest, raise your hands to make you seem bigger, scream from the top of your lungs as if your life depended on it, because really it does. In short, you have to convince it that
I'm chump too. Be careful.
If that doesn't work and it finds out that you're full of shit, fall on the ground and play dead. With a tremendous amount of luck, it may feel bored and walk away. The black bear. The black bear has the physical characteristics of a walking, talking, breathing death sentence. 500 pounds, lethal claws and teeth, and a pronounced enough enthusiasm for meat consumption. It typically feeds on small prey, rodents, fish, things like that. And they occasionally eat each other, so take it for granted that they would have no moral concerns adding a human on the dinner table. If a black bear decides to take you off the population, don't run unless you're way faster than prime Usain Bolt. Don't climb trees, they're notoriously fast climbers. What you want to do first is to bluff your way out of this mess. Make yourself bigger, scream, act crazy. Now, if that doesn't work, don't fall on the ground. Pretending to be dead isn't gonna take you in happy places here. You'll probably have to fight back physically. Use any nearby objects you can find, stones, sticks, no need to comply to any rigid ethical fighting standards because rest assured that it won't. And now that you made it personal, you better not lose the fight too, so you know, have fun. The sun bear. Of all bears in the world, the sun bear is the smallest one, 100 pounds, 4 feet tall, basically the physical proportions of a dog. And yet it is one of the most disrespectful bears on the planet. Its commitment to rampant criminal insanity is unflinching. It has very poor eyesight in an area packed with tigers and leopards, so it developed an understandable instinct for paranoid predispositions, causing it to see everyone as a potential threat. It attacks without provocation and has the tendency to go straight for the face. When facing a sun bear, you need to assess the situation carefully. If you see it yawning or clacking its teeth and pounding its front paws on the ground while huffing, it means that your life insurance just dropped by at least 50% of its fair value. At that time, be as humble as humanly possible. Don't try to make yourself bigger. It already knows that you're bigger, it just doesn't give a shit. You need to back off slowly without turning your back. If it attacks you, the best you may be able to do is to cut your losses by protecting your face, chest, vital organs, and cancel all your appointments. You won't be available. The grizzly bear. Okay, that right there, you have one serious problem on your hands. A grizzly bear is an 800 pounds registered deadly fine piece of weaponry. It is bullet resistant, unreasonably muscular, and compulsively aggressive. One of the most dangerous things in the world is the mother grizzly bear. She has an obsessive compulsive disorder type of preoccupation for territorial domination because she wants to protect her kids, which is profoundly hypocritical considering that she eats them once in a while. The grizzly is efficient on land, water, and trees, so you're not running, climbing, or swimming your way out of this thing. Make yourself bigger only if you wish to forfeit your life about half a second later. The brolic beast is as big as a basketball hoop, so unless you can inflate yourself till you reach double your size, it's just gonna laugh at you and then eat you. Your best option here is to play dead. Lay flat on your stomach with your hands clasped behind your neck so that it can't roll you over easily. If the beast is not too hungry and doesn't feel the greatest urge to be an obsessive territorial maniac, you may be able to go home and enjoy your newfound permanent PTSD for anything remotely resembling a wild animal. The polar bear. Well, yeah, you're gonna die. I really don't know what to tell you. Close your eyes, think about the most toxic relationship you've had in your entire life. Double it, juice it, weaponize it, and make it radioactive. I can guarantee you that it won't still be a match to the toxicity level it plans to introduce in your life. Here's how the polar bear is different from all other types of bear. For one, it is entirely carnivorous. It can be bothered with lettuce or broccoli. It won't know what to do with them. Second, it has pronounced predispositions towards clinically murderous psychopathy. Polar bears have been known to stalk their prey for numerous days, strategize with horrifying amount of premeditation, and pounce at the right place and the right time. Intoxicated cherry on top of the poisonous cake, it is the strongest, biggest, most aggressive bear on the planet and living in a frozen land where food is in short supply. So what are your best options? Make yourself bigger, run, fly, swim, dance, it's still going to manslaughter. Playing dead, it won't have any moral quandary, eating you while you're in your performance. Fight back? Sure, why not? Let me know how it goes. Facing a polar bear attack head-on is similar to answering a multiple choice question where all the answers lead to death.